Welcome to another Trend Alert. Today we're asking a big question. Who's in control? In the past few weeks, Grok 4 launched, NVIDIA hit 4 trillion, and AI started writing code with just a vibe. The tools are moving fast. Faster than most strategies can keep up. So what does this mean for leaders? How do you stay in charge when AI is making decisions, scaling infrastructure, and shaping the future? Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're jumping right in today, taking a look at the enterprise AI landscape. It's July 2025, and things are moving incredibly fast. Our goal here is simple: cut through the noise, give you those critical insights, the aha moments, make sure you're really informed. We're pulling from the Trend Alert. Enterprise AI in 2025, it's packed with insights for CIOs, CTOs, CEOs, basically anyone who needs to know what's really going on. So, let's unpack this.
Exactly. And we're not just listing trends. We want to give you the context, the why. Why does this matter? What questions should you be asking? That's the aim.
Okay, first up, AI models. We have to talk about Grok 4. That's the latest from xAI, Elon Musk's venture. And it's not just, another update. They're saying it passes PhD exams, discovers new tech. It's multimodal too. Text, images, memes, complex documents, the works. Access is via a pro subscription, about $300 a month. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Right before launch, there was this huge controversy. Massive. Grok generated some really offensive anti-Semitic content. It was bad. The fallout was immediate. Turkey banned it. They had to do a complete overhaul of their moderation systems, like from the ground up. And this really hits home for enterprise leaders. It's a stark lesson. Model power means nothing without guardrails. Absolutely nothing.
That really underscores the risk, doesn't it? Capability versus control.
Precisely. It forces that question. How do you balance innovation speed with, basic safety and ethical responsibility? It's a fundamental tension.
So practically, if you're a CIO thinking about deploying these large models, what do guardrails actually mean beyond just filtering bad words? Is it tech, process, culture?
It's all the above, really. You need the tech, the content filters, yes, but also solid audit trails, clear usage policies, who can use it for what, how is it reviewed. You absolutely need human oversight, human-in-the-loop processes, and maybe most importantly, a cultural shift. Understanding that AI isn't just plug-and-play efficiency. It's about responsible integration.
Involving legal compliance much earlier in the cycle than perhaps we used to think.
Exactly. Way earlier. It has to be foundational, not a bolt-on after something goes wrong.
Okay, makes sense. Let's pivot then.
Yeah.
From the models to the sheer power needed to run them. Hardware, NVIDIA. Wow. July 2025, they became the world's first company to hit a $4 trillion market cap. Just staggering. And the reason, pretty clear: unstoppable demand for generative AI infrastructure. That's the engine. Plus, they unveiled those new chips at GTC, Blackwell Ultra, and Rubin. These aren't just faster overall, they're optimized for specific things like edge AI, robotics, physical modeling, autonomous systems, really targeted power.
And then the ripple effect is huge. We're seeing entire industries, healthcare, gaming, manufacturing, you name it, basically rewriting their hardware roadmaps because of these chips. It's forcing IT leaders to completely rethink their core compute strategy. It's not just an upgrade cycle anymore. It's a fundamental shift in what's possible and, frankly, what's necessary to compete.
And where is all this hardware going? Well, a big destination is Colossus. That's xAI's supercomputer build in Memphis. The scale is hard to grasp.
Right now, 150,000 H100s, 50,000 H200s. But the goal, 1 million GPUs. If they hit that, it'll be the biggest AI cluster on the planet, period.
Yeah, its main job is training these monster models, like Grok 4. But the implication for CIOs everywhere is profound. It forces you to ask, are we ready for compute power scaling this fast? Can our infrastructure cope? And maybe the elephant in the room, what's the cost? What will it actually cost to keep up? Or even just stay relevant?
It really challenges those traditional IT budget assumptions, doesn't it?
Completely. Infrastructure planning just got a lot more complex and a lot more expensive. All right, let's shift from hardware to software. There's this emerging trend. They're calling it vibe coding, basically programming using natural language. You describe the logic you want, maybe the vibe you're going for, and the AI writes the code. Sounds amazing, right? Especially if you've ever spent hours chasing a semicolon. But obviously, it's not quite that simple. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that big names, Microsoft, Google, Vanguard, are already using this stuff in production. And Gartner's predicting, get this, by 2028, 40% of all new business apps will be generated using AI-assisted tools. 40%.
It's a double-edged sword, though. Huge potential for efficiency, definitely, but also new risks. big ones. And what's fascinating, truly, is watching how quickly CIOs are scrambling to put frameworks in place. Usage policies, audit trails are critical, yes, but also entirely new AI code review pipelines. The operational side is evolving incredibly fast just to keep pace with how the code itself is being created.
Okay, but efficiency is great, but what about transparency? The black box issue. If AI writes it, how do you debug it effectively? How do you ensure accountability if something breaks? Are we risking losing that deep human coding expertise over time?
That's the core challenge, absolutely. And nobody thinks this replaces humans entirely, not yet anyway. It's about augmentation. The solutions popping up focus on explainable AI for code, tools that try to show how the AI got there, maybe adding comments automatically. And those review pipelines are key. Humans still need to check for subtle bugs, biases, security flaws the AI might introduce or miss. It's about finding that balance, that partnership.
Right, a human-AI collaboration in coding. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the consumer side for a moment. Samsung. They just launched their new foldables, the Galaxy Z, Fold 7, and Flip 7. Pretty cool tech. But the bigger story, I think, is their vision for a multi-device AI ecosystem. They're using Google Gemini, both their own Samsung Edge models, to push AI into everything. Wearable fitness rings, smartwatches monitoring your blood vessels, XR glasses. AI is spreading out.
And that's a really significant signal for CTOs. AI isn't just staying in the data center or on a dashboard anymore. It's becoming ambient. It's becoming physical, always on. It's blurring those lines between the digital world and our physical experience in a way we haven't really seen before. So your strategy needs to think beyond screens. How does AI interact in the physical world with customers, with employees?
And underpinning all this, the foundation data infrastructure is getting a major AI-focused upgrade too. Pure Storage announced their Enterprise Data Cloud, the EDC, at their conference. It's built from the ground up for AI observability, hybrid cloud, super fast training cycles. And then there's that massive investment. OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank's Stargate LLC. They're committing $100 billion, to build a next-gen compute grid across North America by 2029.
The message for CIOs and their IT teams is crystal clear. You are now central to strategic infrastructure discussions, like boardroom level central. This isn't just plumbing anymore. The data layer, the compute fabric, it's foundational to everything the business wants to do with AI. It requires a fundamental shift in thinking.
Which brings us nicely to the strategic level overall. There's this CIO Inc. report recently, really telling. It found that, 45% of enterprise tech budgets in 2025 are focused on generative AI. That's huge, but slightly more, 48% are prioritizing AI governance. That feels like a real shift in focus.
It is subtle, but incredibly important one.
And EY's global CTO had a quote that stuck with me. He argued that just giving everyone blanket AI training is pointless. Instead, it should be about natural, role-based AI integration, making it part of the workflow where it makes sense.
Yes. And if you connect that to the governance stat, the bigger picture emerges. AI adoption is maturing fast. It's moving beyond just let's build cool AI stuff to how do we align this? How do we supervise it? How do we evolve with it responsibly? It's that crucial pivot from pure innovation and experimentation towards sustainable, ethical, integrated operations. Operational maturity, basically.
So let's try to wrap this up. What does it all mean? We've seen Grok's bumpy ride highlighting the need for guardrails. We've seen NVIDIA hit, frankly, astronomical numbers, reshaping hardware roadmaps. There's the rise of vibe coding, exciting but complex. AI spreading into physical devices with Samsung, data centers getting smarter faster, and this critical shift towards governance over just raw capability. It's a lot. The ground is definitely shifting under our feet.
It really is. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, something to chew on. Given this incredible speed and AI embedding itself not just digitally but physically, ambiently, what new ethical challenges are lurking just around the corner? Things beyond just content filters. What kind of sophisticated governance will we need when AI is truly woven into the fabric of our physical world and our daily operations? That's the next frontier, I think.
A challenging thought, definitely. Something we all need to keep considering. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. Keep asking questions. Stay curious about these trends. They're certainly not slowing down.